Hi. So it's been a while since I've recorded one of these, but I finally found some time. So let's get right into building. Last time we built more on this part, pretty much decorated all of this. And as I said last time, I'm gonna try to build on the background. And I think I'm gonna build this part after that. So what I was thinking is some gradient to make to make it a more unique color. Yeah, so something like this, like very subtle glow that I can maybe scale up a little more. If I just put a bunch of these with different hues, maybe. Yeah, so something like this. Yeah, that's a bit too visible. I think I might make these just some slightly less intense hues. Or I could even put them at lower opacity. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think making them this scaled up is kind of lagging my game, so I think I'll actually make these just two times, and then I'll just put them over here, delete a few. Now it's going to be a bit too visible, though. Yeah, so I think now we can make them a bit lower opacity. It's not very noticeable, but it helps make the part feel a lot more alive than if it was just a pretty much solid color like the background was before. Okay, I think that works pretty well. So I think next I'm gonna add some more background details that are in the environment, like with the blocks. Let's see if I can just place some pillars maybe. So for around here, I think I can go with sort of a backing structure that goes here. And now I'm gonna add an outline real quick, I think. Yeah, that can work. So with the layering it looks kind of transparent because I put some of the glow from the sun on T3 so that it goes over some of the clouds, right? Which looks pretty good, but I'm not sure if I like how it goes over these, just this kind of pillar. I think it can work, and I'll probably just leave it like this for now. I might come back to it later though. Okay, so now I can add details into this thing. So let's do that pretty quickly. So putting these around is kind of awkward here, so I just copied one of these here. And I don't think I'm gonna add more. So now it's onto this part down here. This part has some pretty detailed blocks already. So I might do something really simple to contrast that. Like really just some solid blocks maybe. Yeah, they're very subtle, but I think they work well enough. That part doesn't really need much anyways. So I already added some clouds in the background here, and this part I'm gonna leave blank. But here, let's see what I can do. This is pretty tricky. I don't think I can just do a pillar because it's pretty short. Like just having one pillar there would feel out of place, but it still needs something. I could add like a glow beam, or I could add maybe a few blocks maybe in the background, like that aren't solid. Okay, so I made this platform here that kind of looks like it's in the background, but you really just can't see it, like even if you try, so maybe just some chains, honestly. Yeah, that's fine enough. For this whole section over here, it's pretty empty. And I really don't know what to do actually. I think for now I'll leave this empty and just go back to it later. So yeah, I'll get back to this later, and for now I'll start to work on this part. I was kind of thinking having like a really like massive like yellow structure that kind of matches the color scheme of having the sun throughout the entirety of the last part, but now have this be the blocks. I think it can be a pretty interesting idea. I was thinking having everything like the structure be lower opacity and have a bigger focus on the background. So first off, we need to make the background completely black. So what we need now is some sort of screen to go over it. Okay, so my plan is to have this layer be here and then have a structure under. That would be kind of this color here. Okay, so the reason I'm putting an overlay is that I can do this masking effect where this block here, if I make it darker, kind of looks like it blends with the background, even though it's actually not. It's just a solid color that has an overlay. And that way it looks like it's low opacity. And with that, I can copy these on top of each other and make cool structures without having to worry about the low opacity objects overlapping. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the structure right now. Yeah, so you can kind of see what this does. It looks like these blocks here are blending, but in reality they're solid and they're kind of an ugly brown. But when I put this overlay on top, it looks like it's yellow but just lower opacity, which is exactly the effect I wanted. So now I'm just gonna add this to more places. Okay, so now that I've got these big structures, I think I'm gonna try to add some to decorate these floating blocks that don't really fit with the big structure vibe, you know? Now I can just add details in this. I'm hoping it's gonna look really cool. We'll just see. Okay, I think this is a pretty good start for this part. Clearly it's not finished, there's still a lot that needs to be done. But for now, I think I'm gonna leave this here. I don't know if I wanna build more or end it here. I might I might add a few more things because I feel like I didn't do a lot. So I could go back to the earlier parts. Maybe build a little bit on this. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Let's just see what this part looks like so far. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, one thing I know I wanted to do is some movements. I think this part is kind of static, and I want everything to feel kind of floaty, so I'm gonna try kind of selecting a few of these, moving them in random spots, and try to see if I can add some cool movements. I could probably go don't move it exactly in place. I kind of move this here. Yeah, that works. So just kind of do that for a bunch more of these. Yeah, that's kind of what I want for the entire parts. I think I'm gonna do one last thing before ending, and that's adding particles. So I think like a few of these just scattered across kind of neatly. I don't want this to be like too messy. Just like around some objects maybe. So if I do this with like a certain rotation, I might copy this with like 75 and 100. It should make a pretty cool effect. Yeah, that's pretty cool. If I just add these around. Yeah, okay, so I think the starting part's beginning to look pretty finished. So yeah, I'm probably gonna try to copy the designs and stuff to the rest of the parts off camera. And I'm probably gonna do the same for the other part we decorated around here. I'm gonna try to add more, to add these structures to the rest of the parts. And then next time, I'll try to just add more details and things like that. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. So let's see what both parts look like now. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for this part. I'm pretty happy with what I did. Made some good progress. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.